And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Production Line. Okay, I kind of want to put up a stockpile right in here. And I want it to be based off of the fit seats. Copy from slot. Fit. Oh, good lord. Okay, so spoiler is done, and now we're going to do high output power plant. And that will conclude all the research that we need. So, fit seats. Where would that be? There it is, fit seats. Okay, it didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do. Okay, we're gonna actually close that out. Okay, so we want heaters, airbag, and servos. Okay, add item. Airbag, we're gonna want like 6 of those. And heater, we're gonna want like 6 of those. Okay, and servos, we don't want like 6 of those. Okay, and heater, airbag, servos. So seats is fine. We've got seats right here. We don't need extra seats. But the heaters and stuff that we need to have a little bit more of a stockpile locally, so we can go ahead and supply those a little bit faster. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. So I'm going to bump up servos. I'm going to bump up heaters to 8 and airbags to 8. So that's 16. That's 26. We have plenty left over. So we're going to bump servos up to 16. So that's 16 and 16. That's 32. We have 4 left that we can stockpile here. What is this sensor? I think we can add sensors to this. So let's do that. Sensor. 4 sensors. There we go. All right, now that spoilers are done, let's go find trunk, choose spoiler. So there is the spoiler right there that this thing is going to start wanting. And we got plenty of time, so that's not too big of a problem. Now it is a matter of hooking all these up and getting the materials routed. Now we've got a lot of extra stuff over here. So these axles we can bring in from where we need them. So let's configure imports only local for the front and rear axles. And that will hopefully start drawing from up here. And the other thing we're going to want is a resource importer right in here for bringing stuff specifically to this line over here. Okay, so anything else we want to bring in locally, any other element that we have warnings of no export room, I think anything else we would be able to produce locally over here. So we would be able to make, like gas tanks. That's a good one. That's a good one to make sure that we have locally. Fuel tanks right in here. So that's a good spot for fuel tanks. Configure imports, that's fine. Okay, so the conveyors for the front and rear axle, we're going to hook up to the main line because they're going to come from over here. As you can see, Or hopefully they're going to come from over here. Let's see where these are coming from. This should tell the system where they should come from. And hopefully be connected up over here. Although it doesn't look like they are. Oh, they're connected. They're connected through here. Okay, and here's where they stop. So we're going to need a bridge to connect these two. So there they go. Yep. Now hopefully we'll start getting some axles and stuff over here. Now for the rest of this stuff. This importer is pretty active, pretty tapped out. And how are our seats doing? It looks like we're rolling through pretty good. We've got a pretty steady flow now. Pretty steady flow over here. It looks like we're backed up pretty constantly. That's good news. Okay, so the rest of these. All sorts of things are getting requested now. It's going to hurt our pocketbook for a little while, but I want to get, let's see, the fuel tank. Oh, we're bringing a bunch in. Configure imports only local. Forgot to do that before I hooked it up. So now we should only be pulling local fuel tanks that we make locally. Okay. Now, are there any other things that I'm going to want to make local? I think the tires and the wheels and all that kind of stuff are also things that we're going to want to make locally. So let's put those in engine. I think it was in. So wheels. I want a couple of these make wheels. Rail radiator wheels right here. So let's put one here, one here. Now for tires, I'm gonna want one there. No, not where tires. There we go. One there. And now brakes, same thing. One there. One there. Okay, so those are good amounts of those. Now exhaust. We're going to want to make those as well locally. Oh, whoops. Make exhaust. I got to space that out one. I'll space it out too, just to be safe. Put a resource importer on there. And over here as well. Okay. Okay, so wheels, tires, brakes are good. Exhaust I'm making locally. So fit exhaust, we're going to only local on that. Wheels, I'm going to do only, oops. Only local on that. Tires. Ooh, sensors we can't make. Can't make locally, unfortunately. And brakes. Look at all the stuff on brakes. Only local on brakes. Everything else we're gonna have to import. Steering column, steering wheel, lights are something I can make locally. Horns, seats. Let's do a make seats. That is a huge savings potential on seats. So seats, let's choose only local on those as well. Save a lot of money doing that. Nothing really, I mean, we could make our own horns, we could make our own lights. This is the weirdly shaped one though. I'm gonna put one in there. And put one over here. Will she fit? Oh, they'll fit right over here. So where are my lights? Fit horn, fit lights. Only local. Okay, so let's bring in all the resources for all these productions. And try to be a little bit sensible to that, because I want all these productions to fill up. That way when we hook up the main line, they can pull right from, you know, storage, right from where we need it to. So you can see how many resources it's going to take to fill these out, and it's quite a bit. So I want to get all of these things built and maxed out, and then I can go ahead and work on the rest of it. Okay, so the rest of these importations, you know, I'm making door panels up here. I'm not sure. Yeah, see, door panels, they're not maxed out. I'm using just about as many as I'm making. So I would have to build another set of these. Although, what are these? Make roof. Okay, so I've got plenty of roofs. Okay. That's good to know. And how are these connected? These are connected through there. So I could bring the roof over. Fit hood, fit trunk, bumper, bumper, arch. Fit roof is way down here. I'm gonna see if I can build the roof, or I can bring it in from the side. So I'm going to connect these two up. So this one will be used a little bit more than I really want, but I need it so I can hook these all up. And this is going to go over like that. That's going to go over like that. Now I can front arch, front fit roof. I'm going to see if we can bring the roof in like normal here. See if these roofs. Oh yeah, look at all the roofs are starting to empty out. That's good. That means they should be on the way over. It's a long trek. It's a long way to come over here, but that's fine because we only use one per car. So only needing to use one per car is good. Any of these other things that require more than one per car, it's a little tougher to justify bringing them in so far away. Door panels. Door panels, what are costs on door panels? Yeah, 278 per door panel. I think we're okay with that. For now, anyway. So let's just hook up these few over here to this resource importer. Insufficient resources. Yeah, I know, we're getting there. And this has got to come across like that. Ooh, what is that cool thing? That would be a car alarm, I think. Yep, that's the alarm. Alright, so now we need... Alright, these are all full. So that means I can start fit tires. This should pull all the tires out of here, or most of them. And then we can fit wheels. So the wheels are now going to start getting pulled out. And then fit brakes. So the brakes are really close, so those will transfer pretty well. But we've also got sensors and all that kind of stuff, servos. It's a lot of different miscellaneous things that have to get hooked up there. Okay, so now we're gonna go and we're gonna fit flywheel. So we got a bunch of flywheels coming in through here now. We're so close to getting this ready to go, and you can see the spoilers on the cars. Looks like quite the fancy spoiler there. So here we have lights. I know we've got exhaust somewhere in here. I'm pretty sure we've got exhaust. There they are, right there. So we need the exhaust in here. There they come. The radiator, starter motor we could actually make locally. Let me go to engine, make starter motor. I'm gonna slap her right in there. Hook this up with that. And the starter motor, configure imports only local on the starter motors. That'll save us a little bit of money. I don't know how you make a starter motor out of just steel, but hey, you know, I'm not gonna judge. So there's our starter motors. So there's our first starter motor, bringing it in. There's our second. So as these get done, they'll filter down here and do just fine. So we're going to do valves and radiators. We can make those later. I'm not too concerned with that. So are we still using only 4 valves? We are. That's good. That helps tremendously. So these are going to get all the way through to steering column and steering wheel. Now these are, if I remember right, the steering wheel was actually a pretty good investment to make locally. So if we look at the steering wheel, 296. And I think that was a piece of steel and a piece of leather. So steel is 40 and leather is 198. So it's still 240. Yeah, I don't think steering wheels are going to be worth the trouble, because then you got to factor in how many people are working there, and kind of gets messy after that. Okay, I'm also going to put an importer over here. I hope that worked. And a conveyor into the aircon and the seats. I did configure this. Yes, I did. So there are the seats that are getting pulled. And finally, the electronics now need to be hooked up. I was wondering when that was going to happen. So this whole line now is pretty much populated with what we need. And now that things are rolling along, we should get a little bit of stuff done here. And there's quite a lot. Okay, stop clicking on the vehicle. So 4 servo motors and 5 windows. That's a lot of windows per car. Why is there 5 windows per car? Are they counting the back window, I wonder? So where's our car now? Okay, right in here. A lot of material getting pushed into this car from here. And we've got... Well, that's interesting. Definitely programmed by somebody in England, because the steering wheel's on the wrong side. Or I should say the British side, not the American side. It's not the wrong side, it's just a different side. Okay, the aerial and the sat nav are in. We're doing the phenomenal quality check here. 5 minutes, wow. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I wonder if there's going to be upgrades to this process here. So here we go, onward to the export, and this should ask me what to call it. And I do have another Patreon, but I haven't gotten word yet on what name he wants me to use. So I'm just going to name this the Flexible Sport. And we are going to bring her up to something like 45%. Why do you hate me, game? 45%. Because this has got, a lot of really good features. It even has a spoiler on it. So we're going to charge a premium for this for a while. And how many cars? See, we have 153 cars, but we're probably close. Yeah, we're close to another sales jump, I should say. And now we've got a couple of the sporty, spoilered cars to sell. And let's take a look at what these premiums are. So these are 63%, because as the value of the car goes down, it doesn't change the price that we're charging. So therefore, as a result, the percentage premium goes up. So you can see these are, the nominates are now heavily expensive. So much so that I'm not sure if we're going to be able to even make money with them very much anymore. So we'll have to see after this latest sell-off here, what cars are not selling. And is the research done? It is. Is it? Oh, I didn't actually start the high output power plant. Those people were just sitting around doing nothing. They were drinking coffee and eating donuts when they should have been working. Okay, insufficient resources in here. This is Windows. So I'm gonna want to make some windows. Okay, so body, doors, windows, make windows. And there is a resource importer that we can use right there. So I want one here. Actually, one here, one there. Okay, and so fit windows. It is what, 2 glass? 1 glass. One. Whoa, let's look at the price difference between that. So 1 glass, 27, versus the window, 94. So yeah, there's quite a bit of savings there, considering 5 of them get used per car. So we're gonna only local that, and we are gonna connect the windows up. Oh, wing mirrors finally have their own setup. That's cool. They finally have their own icon. So they're starting to, windows are starting to get pulled from here. That's good. That's good. I like to see that. Especially since we have a resource importer that we can use for that. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.